Welcome to Seeds for Change. And so today I was reading in John, and it was talking about the woman at the well, the Samaritan woman at the well. And I thought it had mentioned that Jesus had come there to rest. He asked the woman for a drink of water. And I thought we were going to go on the path of my journaling was going to go on the path of Jesus and resting and all the things that, we need to do in order to rest. But instead, my heart was led to the point of the Samaritan woman and to really understand the Samaritan woman. And it kind of, she came at noon, super hot time of the day. Most women came in the morning or they came in the evening just because it was cooler. It was all time when they would all be able to get together to have camaraderie. But here she was obviously trying to avoid that time, at least in my perspective and my assumptions from this. And so, in seeing this, my heart kind of broke because what Jesus had also mentioned to her, there's some more information that goes on that it would be really nice if you wanted to go back and read it between the talk, but it's in James 4. But there's some back and forth. But in the end of it, Jesus kind of tells her that if you drink from a cup that I give you, the living water, then you won't thirst anymore. And so she was like, how do I get this? And to me, I thought, all she saw was that it meant literally that she wasn't going to have to go to the well anymore and have to deal with having to come to the well and deal with people possibly seeing her and their thoughts of her, because she was also divorced 5 times. And so things didn't look so great for her. She was judged. My guess was that she was judged. She was ostracized probably. And she was a Samaritan woman, which looked worse. So yeah, my heart went out for her. And kind of what I imagined was for you and me and how we go through life sometimes. And there's mental anguish that people are experiencing it. And just because somebody else isn't experiencing that same mental anguish the same way you are, doesn't mean that it isn't real. And so I wanted to let you know that depression is real. Anxiety is real. That clenching of your chest, those feelings that you feel, those are real feelings. And so when people come to you and try to invalidate the feeling, just get out of bed or just get over it. It's not that big of a deal. It didn't bother me. Why is it bothering you? And they just want you to brush over it. It actually makes you feel like less of a person, and there's something wrong with you, and that maybe you're going crazy. The truth is you're not going crazy. These are your emotions. These are your feelings, and I want you to know that those are okay. It's just what we choose to do with those emotions, how we choose to deal with those is where the difference comes in. And so as I was thinking about this, I was thinking about somebody being in a body cast. If somebody was in a body cast, we would totally be sending their family meals while they were in the hospital. We would be sending them balloons or flowers. We would be encouraging them in any way possible. But because of this mental anguish, because it's inside of our own brains and nobody can see it and it doesn't physically show in the outside realm so that people can see your body in a body cast, you don't get the same sympathy. You don't get the same grace. And so there's just so much more to people than what you see. And you don't know what somebody's struggle is and what they're walking through. And so it's tread lightly. When somebody says that they're depressed, don't tell them to just get over it, because it's not that simple. Telling somebody to just get out of bed, it's easy. Just get out of bed. It's not that easy. But also, there is hope. So people that do have body cast, they typically are in a hospital. Not saying that you need to go into a hospital because you have mental, not saying that at all. I'm just saying they surround themselves with a team. And so if there is mental issues surrounding you, then you need to surround yourself with encouraging people. People that know what they're talking about, people that are experiencing things. But the main thing that I wanted to get across is that you're not alone. And thinking that you're going to be able to just push that emotion away, or you're just going to easily be able to just get over whatever it is that you're feeling at this moment, it's not realistic. So people that are in a body cast, it takes a long time to heal. Well, it's going to take your brain a long time to heal. You're going to need to nourish it with food. You're going to need to nourish it with the right kind of information, with people bringing you with the right kind of information. You're going to need to be encouraged with Jesus. There's so many different baby steps that are overlooked and glossed over, even those that have come from depression and they've seen the joy that can be had. They forget sometimes where they came from. And so this is just a reminder to give yourself grace if you're moving forward and you're trying to get better, to know that this takes time. It's a long process, but with Jesus, he's going to get you through it, and you will find hope and you will find joy. And it doesn't have to be like this forever. There is freedom. And so there's a verse that I read. It was Romans 15:13. It said, "May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace in believing, so that by the power of the Holy Spirit you may abound in hope." And I love that word, abound in hope. Like, that's just so beautiful, abound. It just means that it's overflowing, bubbling over. And I promise you that if you continue this journey, holding Jesus' hand and letting him carry you through this, and being willing, not willful, but really willing to put in the work to change this perspective, and it's not going to happen overnight. Just think of your body as if it were in a cast. And what's the one baby thing that you need to do next that would be the right next thing to do? Do you need to bring around a team that is qualified in each of those areas in order to help you? Because isolation does nothing except for keep you stuck in this swimming wheel, and you're stuck in your own thoughts. And that's where the enemy has full control, and that's where he wants you, because he doesn't want you to have freedom. So I hope you embrace this, knowing and seeing yourself as if you have a body cast on, and what are the things that you need to do in order to get better. What are some baby steps that you can take? Maybe your first one is just acknowledging, like, hey, this heart tightness, that is anxiety, and I feel it, and that's okay. But noticing that emotion doesn't have to control your mind. And maybe just noticing first will be your first step, and that's a win. That's better than where you were yesterday. So stay encouraged, stay positive, knowing that it's Galatians 6:9, that Jesus says, "Do not grow weary in running the race, for in the right time you'll reap a harvest." And it's so true. So have a good day.